Hello and welcome back to East 4 The Mask of the Sun. Today we will finally be delving into the cave that is definitely to the west to get the hero sword. Now the music in this area is actually Karna's theme when it's used in Dawn of East. I figured they just liked the way it sounded for this particular area. Not much to see here, there's no real treasure, and this is really just the lead up to the actual dungeon, the Cave of Fire. Thanks to diligent grinding, the monsters out here at least are not much of a match for us. Really, the first rule of East is, if you're having trouble, gain a level. If you have the patience, you should probably gain 2. The thing about the East games is that very generally, throughout the series history, the gameplay of the East games has tended to be one step behind the prevailing norms. For example, East 1 and 2 still used a bump system when Legend of Zelda has already been out for a while. East 3 adopted Zelda 2's side-scrolling philosophy, though not as well. East 4 returned to the bump system in the days when Link to the Past was out. East 5 adopted, jumping. Well after other games had already done so. And Ark of Nepishtim had more traditional 3D action RPG platformer sort of dealy, where action RPGs had sometimes even run right into the realm of spectacle fighters. And yet East remains beloved as all get out. Who knew? Okay, we are now in the Cave of Fire. There's some new equipment to pick up here, like there is more or less anywhere else in the game. And the enemies here will probably give you good experience unless you've been power leveling like all get out. I don't use that expression too much. Punch fire! There we go. Yeah, the tier of equipment I skipped would have cost me 15,000 gold a piece, which would have brought me a level of grinding that even I would be uncomfortable with. And I managed to finish Phantasy Star 2. So I decided to go and skip that. It's decent equipment and does kind of help in the Stormvale Castle and whatnot. But the time required to actually get it is just enormous. Okay, I'm gonna save before I move in, because things might get a little bit tricky. Yeah, monsters that I can't just steamroll have started to show up, so... The boss of this area isn't really a big deal. Well, okay, it's 6 dragons, but they're not a big deal. Great, all we need now is the ice sword. I never understood why a sword made of ice would actually be effective down here, because, you know, the whole snowball's chance in hell rule. But anyway, there's still more ruins to plunder around here. The ice sword is actually required to finish this dungeon. And I'll actually be picking it up pretty soon. It'll give me a pretty hefty bonus to attack since, you know, I skipped a tier of equipment, which will make the rest of this area trivial. Again, Mask of the Sun's dungeon design isn't exactly one of its strengths. Oh yeah, if I stood anywhere but the tiled path, it would have hurt me a lot. Probably killed me. Okay, this is actually the Temple of the Moon. Aha! I'm just gonna poke around. Sometimes there's more stuff. But since I found all the equipment in the area, it probably wouldn't be that good anyway. Okay, so it hurts a lot less than I remember. Yeah, no problems here at all. I don't even need this. I don't use magic. Okay, you can take the jewels to a shop in Celeray, who says he can combine them with the various magic swords you've acquired to increase the power of the magic. But since magic is generally useless, except for one, there's really no reason to spend that money anyway. Okay, Adol versus 6 dragons. The way it works is that when you get close to one of them, they start animating, so you'll probably be surrounded by 3, but you'll never have to fight more than 2 or 3 at a time. So it's actually a bit easier than the fight with the Roman soldiers. Okay, the hero sword has the only useful magic in the game, because you basically spend 50 MP to get 80 hit points back. We'll be using this for a while. Okay, yeah, and we'll be heading back to the lakeshore. See you there. First thing we're going to do is gloat about it to Gazak. Sure, why not? I can use hit points. Let's see. No. Ah, there we go. Now let's see if we can't finally get a word in with Lord Lafance. This is the wrong house. Oh, you're no help. Ah, yeah, this is the right way. Yeah, we only had to fight 6 dragons, but that's no big deal. Okay, so the theme of Lafance is actually getting remixed for Salsetta Sea of Trees, and it's really, really good. Yeah, Lafance uses that flicker effect, so his appearance might be a little bit dodgy for you viewers. Finally, someone who gets it. Gold Pedestal. The 5 disciples, are actually encountered throughout all of Dawn of Ys, and they each confer a magic on you in that game, but in this game you encounter all 5 at once. Let's see, a golden pedestal. Let me think about that. Now, I remember in a previous adventure, I did find something gold. Yeah, that's it. And I knew that I took it back to Minea at some point. Yeah, I definitely did that. Just trying to think about what happened to that kind of thing. Now, who in Minea would actually deal in that kind of golden knick-knack? Where could it have gone? Can't believe we kept Pim afloat. Ugh. Well, I guess we need to save the world now, don't we? Adol isn't the kind of person who prevents forest fires, you see. Well, anyway, we revealed the ancient city, so next time on East the Mask of the Sun, we enter by far the largest location in the game. See you then, folks.